and the parameters related to selection of institute and branch. We have also included a panel discussion to share insights from experts on the scope of various domains of engineering education. We will also give you a glimpse of what VIT Mumbai has to offer to engineering aspirants. On occasion like this webinar, I cannot help recalling Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's inspirational words. Learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. The same stands true for our engineering aspirants as well when they are looking forward to a new journey of engineering after their years of hard work in laying their foundation during junior college days. It's a matter of great privilege for all of us to have such esteemed guests today. As a panel for panel discussion, we have with us Mr. Ayyappan, founder and CEO, Congruent Services, Information and Communication Technologies Professional, Dr. Bipin Chandra Lokhande, Lead Engineer at Land Research India Limited, Mr. Mehul Shankpal, Machine Learning Scientist, Data Scientist, Phronetic AI Bangalore. We have with us Dr. Sangeeta Joshi, Principal VIT, Professor Sunali Borkar, in charge First Year Engineering, Professor Meenakshi Nandula, Department Academic Officer, First Year Engineering, Dr. Miki Barua, the moderator for today from the Department of First Year Engineering, Pratibha Shetty, Admission Counselor, VIT, and all respected faculty members who have graced this occasion by their presence today. A warm welcome to all of you. I also extend a warm welcome to the esteemed dignitaries gracing this occasion, the visionary leaders of Team Vidyalankar, and each and every participant who has joined our event. Now we have address by our principal. We are honored to have Dr. Sangeeta Joshi, principal at Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, with us today. Madam has more than 3 decades of experience in engineering, education, and academic leadership. She is a distinguished academician and researcher in microelectronics and instrumentation. She has earned her PhD in microelectronics from IIT Bombay, following a master's in instrumentation and bachelor's degree in the same field from Marathwada University. Madam has been awarded the Best Teacher Award of the University of Mumbai for the urban area for academic year 2019-20, the Indian Society of Technical Education IST Best Engineering College Teacher Award for Maharashtra State for the year 2022, and the Best Faculty of the Year Innovative Application of Technology Tools in Teaching Learning at Computer Society of India TechNext India 24 Academia Awards. She has received many appreciations and recognitions at the university and national level. I request Principal Ma'am to share her views in today's guidance webinar. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Leena. Namaskar. Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all the engineering aspirants, their parents, and our esteemed guests, Sri Ayyappan Pillai, Sri Bipin Chandra Lokhande, and our own alumnus, Mr. Mehul Shankapal. Friends, it gives me a great pleasure to address the participants of this guidance webinar on engineering admissions on behalf of Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, one of the Mumbai's leading institutions which is dedicated to nurturing innovation, knowledge, and excellence. I am aware that choosing the right path after standard 12th is indeed a crucial decision. As an engineer myself, I understand the excitement and the anxiety that currently you all are having. That is precisely why we have today organized this webinar to let you know about the various career options in engineering, to understand the centralized admission process, and to let you know about the VIT, which is not only an institute that imparts technical knowledge, but it also inspires curiosity, creativity, and resilience in every student. With our student-centric approach, skilled human infrastructure, our VIT's experienced and qualified faculty, our state-of-the-art laboratories, which are well equipped with industry-grade equipment, strong industry linkages of our institute with the industries, and our award-winning Clean and Green Campus, we prepare young minds to thrive in a world driven technology, sustainability, and transformation. Students, VIT became autonomous in the year 2022, which gave us opportunity to design our own curriculum, which shall be in keeping pace with the industries. And hence, today it is in sync with the advances of Industry 4.0. We have also implemented National Education Policy 2020 in the true spirit, meaning that by offering a wide platter of curricular choices to our learners. Friends, professional education normally comprises of three main components: knowledge, skills, and attitude. Here at Vidyalankar, we work towards achieving an ideal balance between these three components to equip our students with the toolset, skill set, and mindset which is required to make their mark in the industry. I would like to share with you a distinctive feature of our academic framework, which is the flexibility that it offers. Students here can personalize their learning journey by choosing courses which are aligned to their interest. I mean, they can make a choice of their own courses wherever possible. In our curriculum, students make these choices at different places. There are places like for multidisciplinary minor program, which we are starting from semester 3 onwards. There, students can make a choice of course and choice of theme. Professional elective tracks, which we are starting from semester 5, students can take the choice of their interest, track of their interest. And of course, these tracks are in the emerging areas like artificial intelligence, data science, cyber security, cloud computing, etc. And there is also one more additional program, which is apart from their basic degree, that is honors and minor program. Here also, students, it is optional to the students, and there also we are providing 13 different options to choose honors and minor program, and all these are in the based on the next generation technologies, and they are designed to make our students industry ready. Through these offerings, we provide opportunities to our students to focus on developing the breadth and as well as the depth of the learning, which will enable our students to graduate as T-shaped engineers. Apart from this, I would also like to share about our unique credit transfer initiative, an educational outreach program through which all our students pursue specially curated courses at nationally reputed institutes such as IIT Bombay, IIM Mumbai, CDEC Mumbai, and NISM New Bombay, that is National Institute of Security Management, and L&T. So our students go to these institutes and they undergo 1 4 credit course at these institutes. This definitely enables our students to get exposure at these institutes. To understand the academic ambience at this institute, different pedagogies, different skills, and so on. Currently, also our students are learning in all these nationally reputed institutes. With the robust internship and placement support, VIT students are well trained to navigate the journey from campus to corporate world. What makes us most happy is to see our students having a very joyful learning experience, making waves at national level competitions they are participating, like TCS CodeVita, Smart India Hackathon, and graduates of our institutes reaching the pinnacles of success in their chosen careers. Dear engineering aspirants, as you stand at the threshold of your engineering journey, let me share the wise words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who said, just a minute, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who said, excellence happens not by accident, it is a process. At Vidyalankar, we are committed that very process of cultivating excellence step by step with integrity, hard work, and the courage to dream big. With all this, I would like to quickly brief you about the today's program event flow. Following my address, you will be introduced in more detail to the academic culture, ambience, various practices, processes which we are which are having there at the VIT through a short presentation. Followed by that would be a panel discussion with the industry experts who will guide the engineering aspirants on their career choices. And you please feel free to ask them your doubts and queries. And followed by that, we have also arranged a comprehensive guidance session on the centralized admission process by an experienced admission counselor. You know, every time there are certain changes in the admission process, and you feel free to talk about the your queries and how to go ahead with the making choices. And followed by that, actually these are the major three components of the today's program, and we encourage you all really to ask the questions, clarify your doubts, and engage fully during the session. Our team is also available to you to support you at every stage of your admission journey. I thank you once again for joining us for the guidance webinar. I wish you all clarity, confidence, and success as you take your first step towards becoming the change makers of tomorrow. You are really the change makers of tomorrow. Good luck and best wishes for your engineering journey, a successful future. Thank you. Over to Leena.
Thank you, ma'am, for briefing the audience about some very important information which would really guide our engineering aspirants. VIT Mumbai is one of the preferred destinations and one of the top choices for engineering aspirants. And I'm certain you're eager to know what is in store at VIT student. As a VIT student, I would now request Professor Aarti Koduri to brief our attendees about the various initiatives, practices, and programs of our institute. Over to you, Aarti. Aarti, ma'am, can you hear me?
Has she joined?
Yes, she is already there.
Ask her to unmute. Maybe she's on mute.
Yes, Aarti, ma'am, please unmute and share your screen. I allowed.
I think she's not able to. Just let Sunil check it.
Yes, ma'am. Aarti ma'am, please check.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, Aarti.
All right.
Make it a screenshot.
Okay.
Slideshow.
I don't know what's the issue. Ma'am, I don't know what's the issue.
For you, it is a slideshow.
Yes, it's a slideshow. Ma'am, we can see your presentation. Aarti ma'am, please go ahead.
Lina, could you see the slide, entire slideshow, or it is in a presentation mode?
It's not in the presentation mode, ma'am.
Ah,
I could see the slides.
let us have that in a presentation mode.
Yes, Aarti ma'am, try to put it in the presentation mode.
And please share it again.
We can do one thing, Lina. We can go ahead
Yes,
with the panel discussion,
that's what.
and
Yes, yes.
VIT presentation can be shown later.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, I think that would be
Okay.
better
Yes,
because
yes.
already the participants are.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Fine,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Yes, Sonali, that can be. Yes.
Yeah.
With the various opportunities available in the domain of engineering, it is but natural for students to wonder about which domain to opt for. To help you in your decision-making process, we present before you a panel discussion involving industry experts participating in the panel discussion today. We will now start our panel discussion with our esteemed guests. Let me introduce them. We have with us Mr. Ayyappan Pillai, who is a seasoned information and communication technology professional with over 3 decades of experience in telecom and IT. He is the founder of Congruent Services, where he offers advisory and execution support for digital transformation, inclusion, and special ICT projects. His expertise spans a wide range of cutting edge technologies, including AI/ML, blockchain, cloud, cybersecurity, IoT, and 5G, 6G networks. Throughout his career, Mr. Ayyappan has successfully led large scale transformation programs, including India's landmark public Wi Fi initiative at 3,000 railway stations and ICT infrastructure for national healthcare and citizen services. He was also part of pioneering team that introduced the internet and submarine cable systems to India. As an educator and a visionary leader, he has delivered over 1,500 hours of technical and managerial training and actively contributed articles and talks in national and international forums. He is a senior member of IEEE and a fellow IETE India, and he mentors students as a part of his academic associations with leading institutes like SNDT and Vidyalankar Institute of Technology. Our next panelist is Dr. Bipin Chandra Lokhande, who is a seasoned professional currently serving as lead engineer at Lam Research India Limited with a strong academic foundation, including a degree from the prestigious IIT Bombay. Dr. Lokhande brings deep technical expertise and a rigorous analytical approach to his role. In his previous role as the Senior Norm Compliance Officer at Philips India Limited, Pune, he was instrumental in ensuring the Philips adheres to global regulatory standards, overseeing compliance, monitoring, and working closely with cross-functional teams to implement robust governance framework. His work plays a vital role in mitigating risk and upholding the company's commitment to quality and safety, known for his collaborative leadership and commitment to mentorship. Dr. Lokhande maintains a strong professional network and widely respected for his contributions to compliance and quality assurance in healthcare technology sector. Next, we have with us Mr. Mehul Shankpal, who is an emerging thought leader in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning, with expertise spanning video analytics, NLP, deep learning, and real-time AI systems. He is currently a machine learning scientist at Phronetic AI, Bengaluru, where he leads the development of vision language models for surveillance applications, improving detection accuracy by over 60%. Previously, he worked at Cisco Systems, As a software engineer, where he automated cloud infrastructure operations and led critical DevOps integrations. Mehul also served as an ML research assistant at Indian Institute of Science under Professor Chiranjeev Bhattacharya, contributing to model optimization and BERT pruning. He holds a master's in computer science from IIC Bangalore and bachelor's in computer engineering from Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, where he graduated with distinction. His technical toolbox includes Python, Geo, PyTorch, Kubernetes, NLP models like BERT and GPT, and a wide range of DevOps and AI tools. The moderator for this panel discussion is Dr. Miki Barua, experienced faculty member from first year engineering department. So we are starting with the panel discussion. Over to you, Miki ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. A very good morning to all students and parents. So we are starting with the next segment. So I would like to welcome my expert panel members with me today, as we have with us Mr. Vipin Chandra Lokante, Mr. Ayappan, and Mr. Behul Shankafal, and our very own VIT alumni. I request all the members to turn on the cameras. Welcome all panel members to this guidance webinar on Engineering Admissions 2025-26. So my first question shall be to all the esteemed panelists. So starting with Mr. Vipin Chandra Lokante sir, having an educational background of MTech from IIT Bombay in bioengineering and BTech in electrical and electronics from BJTI, there are so many participants who are starting their journey towards engineering. So what advice would you offer students regarding your current career path and the engineering branch you specialized in?
Sure. As a biomedical engineer profession, I would like to advise all emerging young incubators engineers what to be done, what is to be pursue their career in which field. So first of all, I will give you in general one. What is a career path? So career path can be is a structured progression plan that individual follows in their professional journey. It includes series of position, roles, or industries that an employee intended to pursue or transition throughout their working life. So now to select that, first of all, we need to identify our interest, our capabilities, our qualities in which we can excel, also our potential development areas. Then we decide our aim, like which area of engineering we need to pursue our career accordingly. So when I was a fresh engineer, a fresh engineer from MTech pass out. I decided to go for on the campus interview, campus basis. I decided to go for embedded development, and then I decided to develop one medical device called defibrillator, which was very excellent from manual to automatic one. But unfortunately, it failed in all compliance field, and it could not launch them in any of the European or USA market. And then I decided to go for the to understand the compliance part. And this is the way I started my journey in compliance. So you can have a different branches. So like we should decide our aim, like which area of engineering we need to pursue a career. So like sales, there need some good qualities like sales. We need good communication, marketing, good analyticals, R&D need creativity, out of box thinking, etc. Accordingly, you need to choose your engineering stream and path. Currently working in medical device R&D, we need to have a good command in our conceptual subject like electronics, mechanical, programming skills, need to understand logic. So understanding physiology to deliver best biomedical product is also essential. We shall able to understand the language of doctor, and that shall transform in engineering to engineering requirement, device requirements. So start developing such skills to pursue your career goal. Now, majorly, all medical devices have enforcement of cybersecurity norms in US FDA and EU MDR, which need to be fulfilled. So it is an integral part of medical devices now. Also, the many imaging, diagnostic, monitoring medical devices are using artificial intelligence technology, which will become the future for errorless diagnostic and monitoring devices. So there is a huge potential of AI-driven devices through biomedical engineering. So we'll elaborate more on the different cutting-edge technology in biomedical in preceding questions. So this is the way we should pursue our interested streams and our field through our academy. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I completely agree with you. The fact that we need to have an aim in engineering, and also along with that, good communication skills and an experience to try something new in the field of R&D. Very true. And all these are upcoming fields like AI, the medical field. So definitely in today's market, we need to have a multidisciplinary perspective. Now, the same question is now for Mr. Ayappan, sir, who is an ICT professional at Congruent Services. I will repeat the question, sir. What advice would you offer students regarding your current career path and the engineering branch you specialized in? Over to you, sir.
Yes, good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be with you. So, with respect to engineering, I think the first and foremost prerequisite is interest in engineering itself, which my fellow panelist, Dr. Bedpin, mentioned. So, having a basic interest in engineering need not be electronics, computer, or specific. Basically, your inquisitiveness to know how things work, whatever that thing may be. So, that's my start point. Because as new entrance into the engineering profession or engineering undergraduate studies, you will be having many doubts or many questions, which branch, etc., etc. My answer is today's world, honestly, you can't be like what I would say is having tunnel vision fixed to just one branch. While you definitely will work on one branch or have more interest in one branch, you have to keep your eyes and ears open about everything around you because, as Dr. Mickey mentioned very rightly, interdisciplinary, that is the uh, operative word today. You should be able to work with not just other engineering disciplines, as Dr. Lokande also mentioned, right? We need to know about the medical side, etc. So, depending on the field of interest, you need to understand what the field is about and also have that interest. And then, of course, all the basic engineering skills come in. So, that is the academic part. I want to stress the other aspect. So, as you get into engineering, you have to be not just focusing only on academics and marks. Please understand that that's probably just a metric to assess at a certain level. But the real world is not just about marks. You need to develop all the non-academic skills also, life skills, plus teamwork, collaboration, and that is the way forward. There's no question of one person delivering or printing one thing or deploying one particular item because all of us have to work in teams. So, in terms of aspirations, each of you, as you go through your first year, etc., you will be seeing different, you'll be studying different subjects and you'll be seeing different aspects of the other engineering disciplines. So, you will be able to get a sense of what it is all about because ultimately it's for you to look around society, whether it is your transportation, whether it is your health, whether it's your education, governance, you will see many technologies there. So, me being from the information and communication technologies area, I would say that ICT is probably the center of a lot of things now because today's world is entirely or very strongly dependent on these technologies, be it internet, be it the connectivity, be it the solutions, IT solutions. We talked about AI, ML, etc., etc. But I want you to understand AI, ML, etc., are built upon certain foundations, and you ought to focus on that foundational engineering concepts and principles. So, I did my graduation. I started my career, my study, undergraduate study with a BTech in Electronics and Communication from College of Engineering, Trivandrum. Of course, after that, I had interest in electronics and communication specifically. But the first job I landed was in the instrumentation space. But that is in the power company, National Thermal Power Corporation, the largest power company in India. However, I had interest in engineering as such to know how things work. So in that, I would really be happy to say that that one organization gave me a great glimpse into what big machines are, big motors, big transmission systems, big generators, as well as instrumentation systems, mechanical systems, and the civil structures that build it. I mean, it is at that place that I realized whatever we studied, even in the first year, whether it's civil, mechanical, chemical, everything had a connection. And from there, of course, I spent some time, and then I got the opportunity in the communications field, which was my first interest. I moved on to VSN, which is now Tata Communications, the company that gave India internet, and I was part of the team that brought internet to India. And this August 15th, we'll be celebrating the 30th year of internet in India. So, with that leap into communications, I also went into various network aspects. They're deploying net, submarine cable networks, satellite networks, international networks, and national networks. So, from there, again, I was not just fixed on communication. I had to move on to IT systems. Where did IT systems come? Because for all the networks that you put in place, we had to build in management systems, network management systems, which essentially are computers. For that matter, even if you talk of your telephone connections and calls, the devices that enable those calls are also computers. So this is why I mentioned, there is no isolated field of engineering to view. You had the requirement to spread and be able to learn. And I would say this is an important ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Why I say that? Because in my 30 years of work experience here, in my career, I have come through so many technologies which came and went out. I deployed technologies, I also decommissioned them. So there was no question of being, in love with one particular technology. You should be ready to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So my concluding remarks would be to have, a view wherein accept all ideas that come around. Okay, focus on your interest area, but be prepared to accept others. And this is also required because you will be getting into other fields, possibly for post graduation, whether it's management or engineering. So I did my post graduation in operation telecoms in Coventry University, UK, where again we had to diversify into business areas of the telecom. So this is why I emphasize while you complete your course, be ready to unlearn and then relearn. That's what's going to keep you relevant. And for sure, learn to use AI, because AI, it's not about AI taking away jobs. It is about AI taking away jobs of those who do not know how to use AI to get forward. So with this, I conclude and wish you all the best in making your selection, because I wouldn't say one is better than the other. It is ultimately your interest which will drive you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It was really wonderful to hear such ideas because something which we need to build up right from the first year, the foundations, and then wherein we just need to have the inquisitiveness to know anything and everything. That is the idea which we need to put in ourselves and go forward. So, very rightly told that engineering is not an isolated domain, rather, it is our ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Okay, moving ahead, Mr. Mehul, who is a machine learning scientist at Frenetic AI with a BTech in computer engineering and MTech from the prestigious College Indian Institute of Science. Let us hear from my VIT alumni. Over to you, Mr. Mehul.
Hey, hi, friends. Good morning. So it's my pleasure to be here. Thanks to VIT. Coming to the path, you must know all the engineering departments out there. And how many departments are in VIT? So if you're still not decided which branch to go ahead with, I would suggest you go meet industry experts and have their career path sketch. So I'll talk about my career path. I did my BTech in computer engineering from Vidyalankar, and then around fourth year of my engineering, I started preparing for GATE. I qualified and I went to Indian Institute of Science. There my major is in data science. I joined Cisco after that as a software engineer for 1.7 years. I worked there, and I came back to again data science as a machine learning scientist at Phronetic AI. This is what broadly my career path from, when I started after 12, joined VIT till the point of being in industry looks like. So I would suggest from each field, we should talk to the experts who are already in the industry, how their career path looks like. So this was mine, but many of my friends or many of the colleagues of mine choose different career path and reach the same level. Like after the bachelor's, right? So you have multiple options like MTech in India, around in and around India, masters in US, UK, or MBA, or directly job. So there are different fields. You should talk to different experts who have taken the path and take expertise from them and how their day looks like. So if you're still not decided which branch, I would suggest see how the industry experts spend their entire day in the industry. Their work day will show you how your 15, 20, 25 years of career will look like in the industry. That should give you a broad idea what should you expect when you join the industry after the college. My suggestion to you is, focus as a computer engineering. If you have decided to go to CSIT, focus on first second year to develop your skills, knowledge, tools that will be required in the industry. While learning about skills, knowledge, you should be focused on two different orientation, like skills oriented and the exam oriented. Exams are important, and many a times our curriculum and exams are not really show what industry expects. So this is what two lane approach would beneficial to become industry ready and to perform well in exams also, so that even after you decided to join higher education, that will help you for sure. So after you completed this first 2 years of engineering, then third and fourth would be, you can focus more on internships, performing, sharing your knowledge and giving open source contribution. If you are targeting a higher education, you should start preparing for it. So you can spend somewhat like first 2 years focusing on skills, gaining knowledge about the engineering field that you are interested in, that you are enrolled in, and then the third, fourth for your next target. If you target a job, you should focus on taking more internship, getting more experience in the industry, and then joining a job. If you are expecting yourself to be land in a university for masters, for higher education, for PhD, your focus should be towards research or towards exams preparation and all. So yeah, I'll conclude it saying that choose it wisely. Before choosing any of the industry, talk to experts and have their days figure out how they spend their day-to-day work, what do they work. And yeah, so spend your time of 4 years of engineering wisely.
Yeah, thank you, Mehul. That was really wonderful to hear from you, a varied perspective, your varied insights. And thank you to all the speakers for the time being, because the question was for everyone. And we indeed received a different flair, different perspective from everyone. So, moving ahead, my question is to Mr. Bipin Chandra Lokhande, sir, who is working, I will repeat again, as lead engineer at Lam Research India Limited, and also was a software engineer at Philips India Limited. So, as we have seen, sir, the demands of industry or the company where students have to prove themselves, and when it comes to education in the engineering colleges, experts feel that there is still a gap between the industry and academia. So, in your view, what essential skills should students cultivate during their academic journey to become industry ready? How can they effectively bridge the gap between classroom learning and the real world industry expectations? Over to you, Lokhande, sir.
Thank you. So as I previously said, the student, what And our Ayappan sir also has, Mehul also has explained about the soft skills and the required skill for any industrial expert. So, like I would like to have previously said, students shall understand first about their career interest. That is very important. Which path they need to pursue, like sales, marketing, services, R&D, IP, quality, regulatory, clinical engineering, in biomedical engineering, of course. Then that you have to decide first, and they should not only the academics but also to develop the soft skills, like they should have presentation skill, communication, well communication. They should be good in analytical, logical thinking. They should be good in problem solving. Then leadership, teamwork. They should have the time management. They should have adaptability. They like collaboration with others, interpersonal skills. These are the various soft skills are very much essential apart from your academics to develop yourself in a successful professional. But the conceptual knowledge is at the prime position. That is no doubt about it. At least to enter in the industry and to excel in that, irrespective of whichever branch you select, whichever field you go, there is no alternative for that. Good academic background open the doors for your liking industry and favorite career path also most of the time. And then thorough knowledge of the core subject is essential. So wherever you go, like I can give you some examples of basic uh, first year in the sorry the first after the final year completion and joining the Indian industry, they should at least read write the circuit diagrams, mechanical structure calculation they should have. They should understand the thermal analysis. They should have the programming skills, basic skills of C, C++, Python, embedded programming, Visual C or Visual VC++, MATLAB, Verilog, VHDL, LabVIEW, etc. This programming should be there. The external course, even the literacy in AI, machine learning, IoT, and data sciences will boost their career. Then industry expect some clear basic analytical and logical thinking from you. There will be always mentoring and training to the fresh candidate engineer in industry. But as I said, soft skills and core knowledge is essential to accelerate the growth in the career path. So this can be cultivated during their throughout the academic journey. I will be explain this in the 4-year engineering uh, plan for the versatile professionals in the next question. Thank you. Thank you, Vicky.
Yeah, thank you, sir. That was really wonderful. And what I feel is a right attitude to learn and ability to, adapt to the changes will definitely make your future sustainable one in the current environment. And as you have rightly told, conceptual knowledge is what students need to focus more on in the first year and in the subsequent years as well. But the first year is very important so that they are building the foundation of the conceptual knowledge and also the good academic background and thorough knowledge of the core subject. So this is what we need to focus, right, sir? So that was really well spoken. Thank you, sir. Now, moving ahead, Mr. Ayappan, sir, who is the founder of Congruent Services and working on the thrust areas like AI, ML, AR, VR, blockchain, cloud computing, cybersecurity, data analytics, IoT, among others. What do you look for a student knowledge when it comes to their non-technical skills that they must pursue? I mean, besides the technical expertise, which non-technical skills do you believe are crucial for students to develop? So could you share any personal experiences, sir, where such skills significantly influenced your professional journey?
Yes,
Over to you, sir.
the number one skill I would say is communication. Communication need not be very, what I would say is language for the pure prose kind of thing, but it at the same time cannot be, broken. But ability to communicate in simple way is a prime necessity for anybody to get that first, get somebody to listen and further the conversation. Then I would say the other skill, as I mentioned earlier, to teamwork. I mean, working ready to collaborate and seeking solutions so that you really deliver together. So these qualities can be built only if students engage in not just their academic activity of going through all the syllabus and studying and maybe referring to textbooks or the internet, whatever. These skills, what I would call life skills in terms of interpersonal interaction, ability to work with different kinds of people, different kinds of behaviors, and still focus on the solution and move forward. So that's the non-academic part for sure. And already mentioned, not to to diminish the point, as concept and basic understanding of principles of whatever you study. So I will add to that, every engineering student ought to connect their bookish learning. I include bookish in terms of whether whatever you read and whether it's internet or textbooks, you need to connect it with the real world, how it is applied. The application aspect is very important because engineers are specifically people who get things done, who do the things. It's not just studying a principle and enjoying the different concepts. Of course, please enjoy the concepts, but try to or always focus on applying that to some benefit to society, to your organization, and that is a skill that you develop when you do projects. So that is why, as Mehul mentioned earlier, internships are important. Whether it is higher studies or going for job, internships will be important because that is where you get to see the real world. So that understanding will help you both in your, whether you go into a job after BTech or whether you go for higher studies. Because even after higher studies, the end result is somewhere going to be about doing things for society. So from my point of view, what strikes me is the ability to communicate what the student wants to do, what they aim to achieve, and also ability to communicate even their understanding of the subject and how their ideas can transform a situation. So that is why I put communication at number. Yeah, that's from my side.
Thank you, sir. So I really understood from your talk that we need to focus on communication a lot, as we have seen, and also like the fact that we need to transform the ideas into situations. That is the key to success when we are speaking to the clients or delivering our projects to the external clients. So moving ahead, my next question is for Mr. Behul Shankapal, who is a machine learning scientist. And as you have done BTech in computer engineering from VIT, and also you have multifaceted experience as ML research scientist at Indian Institute of Science, and then as a software engineering at Cisco Systems. So could you share how your time at VIT contributed to shaping both your personal and professional growth? So what advice would you like to give to our future engineering aspirants? Over to you, Mehul.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, your entire BTech should be divided between two broad parts. First and second year should be focusing on skills development, algorithms, frameworks. And the third, fourth engineer, you can decide, you want to go for internships, jobs, higher education, etc. At VIT, I focused more on, studying architecture. I used to spend more of my time in the labs. I used to love coding. So I would suggest if you're into CSIT domain, take coding as a sport. And, you should get that adrenaline when you know, participate in various hackathons, maybe it is a competitive coding competitions, etc., which will eventually help you to whether you are going for a higher education, whether you are going for any job, that will eventually help you. And the certifications that you do, the hackathons that you participate, all the things will get covered: communication, team skills, knowledge, how do you deal with the 100 plus or 1000 plus teams across the globe. It gives you a skill boost experience that you know might not get uh, if you don't land in the industry. Surely if you get a job, if you are in the industry, you will surely get experiences that are very different from the BTech college or the experience that you get while you are studying. But this is one thing, that coding competitions, hackathons, internships are the way that while staying in your bachelor's, you can get these experiences that will make you ahead of your, that will make you ahead of your all the colleagues, and it will help you keep your lead. And as Ayyappan sir said, take AI as a helpful tool and not as a thing that, because of AI your job will get replaced. The jobs which are fading away, the more 2x or 3x kind of jobs are coming out from an AI industry. Some of them will be like Gen AI engineer. You must have heard about prompt engineering, agentic AI engineer. All those things are very new. Those were not there 1 or 2 years back. So you can get a skill, you can develop a skill in the first 2 years of your engineering, and then try to apply them later by doing internships, by performing in hackathons, participating in hackathons. We should regularly. One thing I would suggest to all the computer engineering aspirants is, don't leave coding anyhow. So you should have a coding background, or have a habit of solving coding every week or every month. So I would suggest, don't leave coding. And then, yeah, most of my time was participating in hackathons, learning about architecture skills, all those things. So if there is any more questions related to how I spent my time at BTech and masters, I would happy to take that from you all. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Mehul. We would like to hear from you again, like later. First of all, like what you told was really interesting, that learning the skills is very important for the first 2 years, and then later on applying them in internships, jobs, or projects like hackathon. That is real clear roadmap, we can say, a clear planning which students can think and plan for their future years, right? So that was really wonderful. You have given such a beautiful roadmap to our future engineering aspirants. Now, I would like to ask a question to Mr. Ayyappan sir. This question is related to, again, to the previous question, that is to different programming languages and development platforms which are currently in high demand. So, how important it is for engineering students to gain knowledge in domains such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, IoT, and cybersecurity? Could you, sir, throw light on this? Over to you, sir.
Yes, in fact, I would now include, see, okay, there are two aspects I look. One is the engineering of AI, and the other one is understanding and use of AI. So while the engineering of AI, as Mehul pointed out, it will be important for people to also know coding, etc. Though the claim is AI is going and taking over every coding, there should have been somebody who knows how to do that coding, right? So obviously that coding is not going out of fashion. Maybe the rampant kind of thing which you see for all small apps, because today I can build an app using AI, but then somebody had to train it and also had to give the basics of coding for AI to do it, because it's not as of now, it's not a sentient being. Now, coming to the point of IoT, cybersecurity. So I would like to put one very important point to everybody. Now, cybersecurity, as we all know, is now everybody's business. I mean, it is not a question of whether I'm in the digital space, I will look at cybersecurity, otherwise I won't. So for that matter, especially as engineers, all of us are going to deal with technology, that is IT systems, ICT systems. So cybersecurity is critical. And for those who actually pursue that path, let me tell you, it's actually going to be a very rewarding path, because we all know this is one area which will be constantly evolving with threats trying to overcome the existing uh, protection, and then that's going to be a cat and mouse game. So cybersecurity definitely has a constant demand. But having said that, at the entry level, you may find difficulty because, as I said earlier, without having context, without understanding what you're trying to protect, just saying that I have a lock, you would not know where to apply the lock or go and put it. So, what will happen is cybersecurity at least has to be at a basic level. There has to be understanding by everybody in terms of where to at least use it in their basic coding and so on and so forth. Even in the AI part, they will need. Now, IoT, etc., are key components in what we call the smart ecosystem. Everything that is smart, because ultimately something about closed loop feedback and controls. So there again, these are all important for engineers to have an idea on know that space. So whether it's biomedical or civil engineers, because even civil engineers use a lot of IoT devices for monitoring stress on bridges, etc., etc. Or whether it's electrical, it's about monitoring the power line systems. So you touched upon actually a few technologies which are going to be mainstay. So just like we need not know how a television works, but if you want to learn about what is happening in the olden days, at least we used to learn how to use a TV and go ahead with it. Likewise, AI as a tool, as I mentioned before, people should be aware. Then you have to be aware of IoT systems that help build closed loop systems. Cybersecurity is like the common underlying horizontal that cuts across everything. And likewise, you plug in so AI, ML, IoT, then you will later have blockchain and so on and so forth. The key point is have an idea of the outline, the framework, and fit these technologies within that. That's my take on your question.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Okay, now I would like to ask Mehul a very important question, actually. What I feel this is because what happens is that students they don't have a roadmap. Like engineering is a 4 years journey where students have to balance their academics with other co-curricular and the extracurricular aspects too. So to start this college life, students must have many questions in their mind. So my question, in fact, to all the experts today is, what would be your suggestions for students on how to strategically plan their 4 year engineering journey to transform into well prepared and versatile professionals? So, Mehul, you may start the answer of this question. Like, what would be your suggestions, particularly for the engineering aspects?
Sure.
Over to you, Mehul.
Yeah. So there should be two approaches. That's what I feel. Your skills-oriented approach and an exam-oriented approach. For exam-oriented approach, you don't have to spend your 6 months or 5 months of whole time for a semester preparing for exams. When you focus on skills, exam preparation time would get minimized. So anyhow, you will be 80-70% prepared for the exam if you have focused on your skills, knowledge, frameworks, tools, etc. So try to prepare exam oriented when the exams are weeks or couple of weeks ahead. Rest of the engineering you should focus on the skills gaining. So yeah, many of you will have a question that whether coding is important, whether the learning architectures, whether learning operating systems are important or not. But believe me, if you wanna be a computer scientist, you have to learn these skills. Otherwise, you will be a application engineer. So you should have in-depth knowledge about every particular things about maybe it is a compiler, maybe it is a data structures and algorithms, maybe it is a computer architecture, operating system, computational theory. These are some very important topics in engineering that you should focus on. Give all your attention to this particular majority of the areas that will form your understanding when you go into the industry. See, that's for sure that when you land in the industry, you will use AI even for your code generation or code, in your day-to-day life. You can do that even in the while you are learning in your first or second year. But make sure when you are building an algorithm or when you are learning an algorithm, try to not use AI for coding if you are started learning about the uh, any language. Let's suppose you have started learning about C, C++ or Python. You shouldn't use any of those tools. You should have a grasp of knowledge and grasp about knowledge of in-depth knowledge about the language first. If you are very well comfortable with the knowledge, algorithms, frameworks, you can very well use the AI or any different tools for your building up your projects and all. So I would suggest spend your time focusing on gaining skills, algorithms, techniques, architecture. You can learn this. You can use AI to quick learn about all these things. Have your time of your week or a day scheduled to learn about new AI trends. So from 2015 around, we all know transformer boom were there. All these large language models, GPT, we all know, came from the starting point for that was 2015. I feel till 2025, a decade has gone and LLM has quite a well established domain now. Now it's the time from 2022 to 2020, 2022, 2023, and then now on, it's the time for video understanding. You must have heard about the Google Vio. So that is being considered as a next set of domain that everyone in the industry all around the globe will focus on. So you should have a particular time schedule to learn about the blogs, news articles, and latest trends in AI, computer science, systems, etc. That is also a very important thing. Just not go ahead and do bookish questions or exam related things. You should keep that, but only when the time comes. Till then, you should totally focus on skills, architectures, algorithms. That will be really helpful when you land in the industry. All these things will not directly link to your job, but your time at industry will be very hard if you don't know all those things.
Yeah, Mehul, completely agree. Now, I would like Vipin sir to add to the answer to this question. Over to you, Vipin sir.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe I'll elaborate more on that. But I would like to add something. 4 year engineering journey for not only for biomedical engineer but for also normal engineer also. I mean not normal, sorry, other branch engineer also. So you should industry ready professional research. It can what you want to become like industry ready professional researcher, entrepreneur, whatever it be. But 4 year structure should be there for you. So in the first year, you should need to build a foundation and explore the domain. Your goal should be mastering core concept to identify the interest like devices, like in biomedical devices are there, biomaterial there, imaging are there, like that different branches are there in different industry also that you should focus on that and what should decide what to be done. And then the academic focus should be excelling in your core subjects, basic subjects like math, biology, chemistry, introduction to biomedical engineering courses, biomechanics, physiology, and for other branches, there's a basic courses. Then you should learn about Python, MATLAB for data analysis, CAD for SolidWorks for device design, and shall focus on skill development like soft skills already I mentioned previously, and other panels also mentioned. So after you can do some online courses like medical device basics, fundamentals, or gain the lab skills for pipetting, microscopy, and 3D printing. Then they should have the exposure for the joining many societies or IEEE, EMBS, PMES, biomedical engineering societies. Then they should you should attend the seminars, professional hospitals and medtech companies. You should start working on ugly project like simple prototype, simple like ECG sensor development, prosthetic gripper, something like that using Arduino or Raspberry Pi. Then in the second year, you can do something specialized and gain hands-on experience on that. Their goal shall be to dive in subfield and secure initial practical exposures. So, you can do the mastering in LabVIEW and minor projects in AI, healthcare, or business for medtech startups. You can take elective as the biometric material, medical imaging, neural engineering. Also, you should basically focus on your academic. Then there are some fields like regulatory also, say product safety. Without this, it's very difficult for understand launching the product in market. So learning like IEC 60601-1, 21,000 CFR for FDA, quality management system of ISO 13485 for medical devices. They should opt for internship and small projects. There are many research labs are there. Hospital, you can intern in the hospital for clinical engineering or local medtech startups. Then participate in, as the Mehul said, BME design challenges and hackathons is very important to understand the products and our potential and capabilities. In third year, you should opt for industry immersion and advanced skills. The goal shall to refine the expertise and gain industry experience. Their academic focus shall be on advanced courses like AI in diagnostic, FDA regulation, or FDA in biomaterials. Then they should work on capsule project to start solve real-time problems, low cost, low footprint, optimum dosage, diagnostic devices. Then they can offer internship in points of many companies, like top companies, like for devices, we can go for, in India, we have many companies like BPL also is there. Other in the, not only to go for the MNC like Medtronic, Abbott, or Boston Scientific, there are many Indian companies are there which get a huge amount of learning than other MNCs, that is for sure. For imaging, you can have Scanray, one of the Indian company, and G Healthcare, Philips, and Siemens Healthineers. These are the giants already existing. And for biotech, we have Amgen, Genentech, many Indian and other many industry companies are there. You should explore with the startup in digital health. Okay, then you can go for Six Sigma projects for QA role in case you are interested, and then clinical engineering also is certification is possible. You can attend BSMA and annual meetings. You can participate in RSNA also. And in the final year, they should opt for the professional launch and mastery the goals for transition in industry graduate schools to strong portfolio. So how to build a strong portfolio? Like they should complete the capstone project and publish the potential outcomes. Taking graduate courses to higher, if you are pursuing for higher studies, then that is also essential. Then career preparation. Then they should target on what type of internship companies to apply for, like R&D, regulatory affairs, clinical engineering roles, or they should prepare for technical interviews. They can have a research papers published, and they can file for the provisional patent also. Then they can develop the LinkedIn network, alumni optimization for portfolio like GitHub and personal website. Then they should have a global exposure from like through the internship or research papers. Entrepreneurship can be done with the help of joining the accelerator and innovating for innovating devices. Regulatory pathway consider roles in quality and regulatory, which are high demand because there is very less competition than R&D. There are hybrid roles are there like uh, biomedical with data sciences, AI in radiology. That is also one of the case, or the doing the management and business for medtech consultancy. There is IP roles are also demanding in biomedical engineering. That can be surely opt for that. So definitely, these are some of the key things which internship 4 years path of can be done with the help of to transform yourself in the versatile profession. Over to you, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lokhande sir, because that was also a different perspective on this question. And this is a very important question, actually. How should students should plan ahead their 4 years journey? Because right now they are in the transition stage from 12th to the graduation. So, Mr. Ayappan sir, would you also like to add a brief few takeaways for our students?
My first point is I when you get into BTech, first of all, go there with the mindset you're going to enjoy the course, because don't get bogged down by again the rigor that you went through to write all the entrance exams. Just let that pass. Get it behind you. Because you're getting into a new environment. Here you're actually in a what I call a sandbox between real world industry and school. Okay. So my first point again is get there, be easy. As I said earlier, try to understand, go through the process. Don't have the pressure of, okay, I have to get X number of marks. You have those milestones, your unit tests and whatever exam, intermediate tests and final exam. Those are there anyway. And as Mehul rightly pointed out, towards you prepare for that for sure. But my submission is if you are seeking to understand what are the problems of the world, what are the solutions. So always live in the solution. You will have to start from the time you step in, have to start thinking, how do I solve that problem? Of course, you have to identify problems for sure. And what are the different ways? And as you go through your course, you will learn different techniques. You learn new and newer subjects and get there. So for example, if you take electronics and communication as a course, for example, I am just taking it from where I started. So, there are so many things which are connected to that discipline, right? Right from your own mobile handset today, what we are so easily using, like we are meeting virtually, would not have been possible if not for that telecom network which was there. And again, when you talk of telecom network, it immediately talks of standardization. That is why we are able to interoperate and work with multiple kinds of apps and devices. So standards, regulation. So these are things you gradually broaden beyond the academic sphere. And of course, I already talked about the non-academic part, that is a parallel. But even in the academic sphere, what is syllabus versus not exactly syllabus is what I'm talking. So in electronics and communication, if you take, you go through this space, you understand what telecom companies do, how are they, implementing. So one way of getting there, of course, trying to get internships in these companies will be a very welcome step. Next easy thing to do is join or at least follow the standards body. So India today has its own standards association called TSDSI. I urge each and every one of you, especially those who are going into the electronics and communications field, to take a, go to that website. There are, a lot of free webinars, free solution sessions. Why I emphasize on that standards body? Because ultimately, whatever is going to come to your textbook would have been something based on something which is standardized. So the authentic understanding, authentic knowledge is going to come from these bodies. So likewise, you have from the international forum, you have International Telecommunications Union, a body under the UN. It's a very, very important place and filled with resources. In fact, I always follow that, right from the time we got into this industry itself, and even prior in college also, we were given some indications. So, but in those days, of course, we could not get access like what we get today. Today, it's all online and the standards are all freely available. That is the best place to understand what each technology is about. So you may go and read a textbook by an author, maybe about Ethernet. But the Ethernet, of course, the standard is by IEEE, or for that matter, you will learn about a GSM technology. That actual standardized version you will get from ITU and other such 3GPP and similar bodies. So my submission is be aware of the standards bodies in telecom. Like I said, 3GPP, 5GPP, you have ETSI, TSDSI, ITU. And again, that is again, a remote or a virtual experience. You also being in Bombay have the, the advantage of the opportunity to attend conferences where they allow students admission either free or at a nominal charge. So Geo World Center, NESCO, Goregaon, and there are other convention centers. You should take the opportunity to attend those. In fact, I think the Indian Mobile Congress and some specific networking events have free admission for students. Students should necessarily take up these opportunities, because that is where you not only see the real the technology in action in the real world, but also you get a chance to interact with people in the industry. They may be your connect for the next internship or even a job after that. Because you must understand one thing, at the end of the day, networking is a very, very important skill. I talked about communication, and communication is the first step that allows you to network, because you get in touch with different people, and then you also not only learn about that area, you can to help you figure out what you want to do. But also that's the means wherein you get in touch with people and they might also get to know you better, and that is where you have opportunities to for your next phase in your journey. So my take on the non-syllabus part of the academy, all these internships, you're attending conferences, and also not only attending, right, presenting papers, and also joining associations, very rightly said, IET, IEEE, and more so ham. I think ham radio is active in Vidyalankar. That's again another area where, in fact, a lot of ham activists are not even electronics engineers. You don't need to be, because as I told you, right, today's world, you need to learn to use a lot of tools which may be complex, but knowing how to use itself is a good first step. So this is definitely an opportunity for not just electronics and communication. I just took it because that's the core of many of these systems, but it's open to all because it's about communicating with people around the world, and it also allows you to lighten your lives, because I'll add non-technical things, go into something other than technology, sports, drama, adventures, activities, because it is very important to have a holistic development through, because you can't just be 24/7 be on textbook and get through exams and make your day. You won't. Just being academically brilliant, I can assure you, people will not take you. I would give you a final point that I always look for, as I always tell people, between I look for attitude. Between aptitude and attitude, if a person has excellent aptitude but poor attitude, I will not touch them. On the contrary, a person with reasonable aptitude but great attitude, sure pick. And that is going to be the story through and through, even from your first job to your promotions and on. Because ultimately, that's not a scientifically measured part, but attitude comes out. And how you hone all this is through all your different activities, which many of the other panelists also mentioned, getting into teamwork and internships, etc. That is where you learn and correct your hone your qualities and go forward. So this is my take on how the student can take forward with academic, non-academic, and not get bogged down by just academics and the marks. They should be well-rounded human beings, able to feel sense. That's why I said they should be getting into arts also. And as I understand, the new education policy is precisely promoting all that, yoga and all other things. I mean, nowadays people used to think, why you're talking non-technical. Today I would say it's really welcome, because ultimately we are all human beings. So with that, I round off my points.
Yeah, it was really excellent answer for everyone, because that is what students are looking forward to. And I believe what you were talking is about the 21st century skills, that is creativity, collaboration, communication. And these are the skills which will really help us to build up a future. Thank you so much, Ayappan sir. Now, one question which in between I had to actually ask my speaker, Mr. Lokhande sir. This is again relating to the previous question, like the current industry landscape is continuously changing as we could observe. So could you elaborate on the influence of cutting edge technologies like blockchain, 5G, VLSI, nanotechnology, and bioinformatics on the current industry landscape? Could you just touch upon this question very briefly, sir? Over to you, sir, Mr. Lokhande.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this question. Okay. To improve the employability and practical exposure, students should pursue the internships in industry-based projects that align the career goals while developing technical and soft industry-specific skills. So there are the cutting-edge technology. What you are asking is like blockchain, 5G, VLSI, nanotechnology, and bioinformatics. So one by one, I'll briefly explain about it. Then first comes the blockchain in biomedical engineering. It has the relevant areas in medical data securities. There are something which ensure the patient privacy in securing electronic health records, which prevent the tampering of the clinical data trials, drug traceability, and anti-counterfeiting. is there always. With the help of IBM blockchain, vaccine tracking is possible. Then it uses so this enables the securing the biomedical informatics and healthcare IoT securities. I will like to go for 5G biomedical engineering. So 5G biomedical engineering has use in remote surgery and telemedicine, which enables the telesurgery of ultra low latency, which something like the surgeon is at 100 kilometers away and the robot is still working, performing the surgery of the patient. That has a very like microsecond latency is there, that is achieved through this enabled telesurgery with 5G technology. Then wearable and implantable medical devices, which has a real supports the real-time monitoring, like pacemaker and glucose sensors, that is feasible through this technology. And augmented reality in medical trainings, like 5G powered AR, VR, virtual reality, and augmented reality simulation for the surgical trainings is possible because of that. And massive IoT for the hospitals, that is also one of the key application of 5G technology. Then we have AI-driven diagnostics and critical medical for IOMTs. That connect which connects thousands of smart medical devices in real time. The companies like Siemens Healthineers have integrating 5G imaging systems. Then you ask for VLSI. So VLSI is something very large scale integration. Silicon chips are available. Our people are working on them. Many industries are working. Many institutes are working on them. So lab on chip and biochips are the devices which miniaturize the DNA sequencing and biosensors, and with the help of them, we can have continuous monitoring of ECG. Again, I said ECG monitoring, insulin pump, and hearing aids. With AI accelerated medical imaging is possible with the help of like application is like MRI and CT scan processing time can be reduced from hours to minutes, and then there are biomems, implantable sensor point of care diagnostics, which is the application of VLSI. Then fourth technology you asked about nanotechnology. Like targeted drug delivery is possible with the help of nanoparticles. Extremely low quantity of the drugs is targeted to the required cells only. So then nanoparticles like liposome delivery drugs to the cancer cells, reducing the side effect to the healthy cells. That is one thing. And biosensors, nano biosensors are there which detect the biomarkers like from glucose and cancer cells, which have high sensitivity. Tissue engineering and regenerative medicines, it use nanoscaffold to help 3D bioprinting of the new organs, of the artificial or the organs which you can implant in them. Then uh, the major focus on non-medicine and biomedical research is possible. Companies like Nanobiotics are using nanoparticles for the radiotherapy enhancement in this country. Bioinformatics, with technology bioinformatics, precision and the medicine genomics is possible with this application of bioinformatics. Then AI-driven genome sequencing is working under to personalize the cancer therapy. Which is very essential for computing biology and biomedical data sciences. Then MRI and CT pathology imaging analysis is done like using only 2 to 3 X-rays. We can have reconstruct the complete 3D image of the bone, which is application of AI and bioinformatics in medical imaging, which reduces extra dose to the patient drastically. Then there are synergetic technology in biomedical engineering. More than one technology can be used to enhance biomedical devices like AI and bioinformatics use the predictive diagnostic and drug repurposing. Yeah. Then nanotechnology and VLSI, which can be used in implantable biosensor and neural interface. 5G IoT can use in remote patient monitoring and smart hospitals. Blockchain genomic used to have securing sharing genetic data for the research. These are the few application of the whatever the technology, the different cutting edge technology used in biomedical devices, biomedical applications. Okay, over to you, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think we are running short of time.
Okay, okay.
So I would really like to, yeah. So I would really like to thank all the panelists, Mr. Vipin Chandra Lokhande, sir, Mr. Ayappan, sir, Mr. Mehul Shankapal, for giving your time and guiding our students for their engineering program. So concluding this session, really with many, many thanks to our speakers and obviously to our students who have been. We have the next segment coming up, which is the VIT presentation, and ending this panel discussion with a beautiful quote. We live in an interconnected world, in an interconnected time, and we need holistic solutions. So signing off from here, over to you, Miss Lena.
Thank you, Mikima. Thank you, Mr. Ayappan Pillai, for being guiding light for our engineering aspirants who have joined this webinar. Thank you, Dr. Vipin Chandra Lokhande, for sharing your expert advice and letting our students know the various avenues that are open ahead. Thank you, Mr. Mehul Shankpal, for your expert advice. Thank you, Miki, ma'am, for being the moderator of this panel discussion. I request Professor Aarti Koduri to go ahead with her presentation. Over to you, Aarti ma'am.
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, ma'am.
Perfect. Apologies for the network previously. All right. A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to the guidance webinar on Engineering Admission 25-26, which will unreveal the career opportunities for engineering stream after 12th. Engineers just don't build things, they build the future. I'm thrilled to see among the attendees today of this webinar the future of our nation, eager to explore the fascinating world of engineering. Well, congratulations on reaching the milestone of successfully completing your plus 2 and your 15 years of school life. Now is the start of a new phase. It is a critical juncture. Where should you pursue your engineering from? What is the engineering branch look like? What will be your job perspective? All your doubts regarding the admission will be solved in today's guidance webinar that Vidyalankar is facilitating for all engineering aspirants and their parents. Let us go through the parameters which one should consider whether we're talking about institute selection and the branch in that institute. When it comes to the question of selection of institute and the parameters that you need to look into when you select a college, first and foremost, you need to be very sure about your interest. Secondly, find out whether the qualified and experienced faculties are there. Then look into the infrastructure and amenities, whether the labs are well equipped, what are the placements, internship, and higher education policies, what are the best practices and that the college is following, and the payment activities. The third,
See,
hello,
could you please share your
is my screen
PPT?
visible?
Please share your screen of PPT.
Yes, ma'am. Is my PPT, I mean, is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Now it's visible.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So, as I said, firstly, we need to be very sure about our interest. And secondly, find out whether the qualified and experienced faculties are there. Then look into the infrastructure, amenities, whether there are well equipped labs, what are the placements, internship, and higher education opportunities look like. What are the best practices that the college is following in terms of pre placement activities? The very third aspect that you need to look into while selecting a college is the affiliation and the accreditation of the college. For instance, NAC inspects the entire institute. NBA is program specific. Accreditation is an important when it shows that the college is already certified by a national agency that has gone through stringent quality measures. Centrally appointed experts meticulously instructs and introspects what the college works into and has given the accreditation, which means that you need not separately look into it. Someone has already certified the college. The affiliation is also important whether the college is affiliated to approved university recognized by AICTE. Talking about the institute and branch. When it comes to selection of branch, students should prioritize what are the career opportunities in that branch, what are the future prospects, what is the curriculum of the college, and is it in sync with the industry. You can seek advice from counselors, alumni, and industry professionals. Well, let's speak about the accreditation. Now, let me introduce you from the smart start point of regarding our institute, that is Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, was established in the year 1999. It is an autonomous institute, AICTE approved. VIT is NAC accredited institute with a grade of A+. I feel proud to share that we have got accredited during the year 2019 wherein NAC was in revised accreditation framework, we have placed in all India ranked third best and in Maharashtra ranked first. Apart from that, you will find that our undergraduate programs are accredited by National Board of Accreditation. All our UG programs are permanently affiliated to the University of Mumbai. Talking about awards, I would like to mention few awards which this industry or this institute has received internationally acclaimed Design Share Award for its architectural excellence. We have received Best Institute of the Year Award through Thoughtful Leadership Award by CSI TechNext Global Academia and for innovative pedagogical approach and tools by Computer Society of India, Mumbai. Distinguished College Award by the TechNext India, and Top Institutional Theatre Award for its design and the state of art auditorium. Moving on to the programs that we offer. We have 5 undergraduate programs, that is Information Technology with an intake of 180, Computer Engineering with an intake of 180, Electronics and Computer Science with an intake of 120, Electronics and Telecommunication with an intake of 120, Biomedical Engineering with an intake of 60. Well, VIT does offer post-graduation degrees, that is an MMS, MTech, and a PhD engineering program. Talking about career opportunities, you can get an opportunity to study the latest courses which Industry 4.0 requires, such as AI, ML, IoTs, DevOps, etc. Let's move on to the highlights of VIT. Now, after this broad picture, let me take you to the glimpse of what is in store as a student of Vidyalankar Institute of Technology. VIT's mantra is student first. From the center of Vidyalankar universe, all our initiatives revolve around our student. Learner centricity and student delight hold great significance in everything that we do. Talking about the autonomy, being confirmed with autonomous status have been an opportunity for us to implement new avenues for students' development. VIT offers flexibility in academics and allows students the freedom to choose what's best for them. Well, the synergy of a curriculum, pedagogy, and evaluation are students with the right tool set, skill set, and mindset, which requires to achieve professional success. Let us have a look at the tool set that VIT has to offer. A clean and green campus with modern infrastructure that grooms global citizens. On the academic front, every classroom is air conditioned and has interactive smart boards to make learning an engaging process. Moreover, lecture capture reading recording facility for students to revisit and revise lectures for deep learning. Beyond academics, recreation center and well-maintained playgrounds are alternative processes for learning sportsmanship. Well, labs are the second home for engineers. That is where all the application of concepts learned in the classroom happens. VIT has well-equipped labs to stimulate the spirit of innovation in young minds. Machine and Deep Learning Lab, Artificial Intelligence Lab, Design and Prototype Lab, AR VR Lab, IoT Lab, to name a few. Our offers are directed towards the holistic development of our learners. Researchers suggest that left brain is associated with critical thinking, logic, analysis and reasoning and problem solving moreover. We also have provide opportunities to students to develop the right brain capabilities such as creativity, emotional intelligence, empathy. Well, in the words of APJ Abdul Kalam sir, all of us do not have the equal amount of talent, but all of us do have the opportunity to develop our talents. We do this by offering a wide platter of curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. The skill set of our student is built through a thoughtfully designed curriculum that builds a strong foundation of engineering knowledge in sync with the industry advances and requirements. Our faculty are competent and highly qualified. In addition, we facilitate courses by international faculty and industry experts to broaden the horizon of learning. It is said that every student can learn, just not the same day or in the same way. Our pedagogy integrates innovative technologies to lead students towards a joyful learning experience. Customized pedagogies take care of the diverse learning needs of students, be it giving a thought provoking problem to an advanced learner or mentoring learners who need more hand holding. Let's have a look at the skill set. Let's have a quick look at the multidisciplinary minor programs that VIT has to offer to our students. Well, you will get to choose this from your second year of engineering onwards. These MDM courses are included in your BTech program. For example, you can get graduated from VIT as a BTech in Information Technology with multidisciplinary minor in robotics or bioinformatics. Talking about honor and minor programs. In addition to BTech program, students can also opt for honor and minor degree programs for gaining extra 18 credits as per their interest. You can either pursue honor degree program or specialization minor degree from your sixth semester onwards. All our professional specializations are in sync with the latest industry requirements. Well, this is something more or less more interesting, and that is the VIT Unique Credit Transfer course. This program offers an opportunity to our student to attend courses in top opportunities universities such as IIT Bombay, IIM, CDAC, and NISM, LNT, etc. Students can avail these courses completely free of cost. Let's move to internship. I am happy to share that 100% of VIT students have batched internship opportunities in prestigious organizations. Well, to sensitize students to societal needs, Courses like design thinking and societal internships or social internships are also included in the curriculum. To collaboration with NGOs, these internships award not only credits but convey valuable lessons in application of technology for nation building. Here are some glimpses of our students' enriched learning experiences. Just not it. To help students gain exposure to technological advancement across the globe, VIT has organized international edu-tours to Germany, Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea, and Japan. A few weeks ago, in the first week of June, a contingent of VIT students, along with faculty mentors, had an excellent tour to Japan, wherein they had technological exposure and cultural immersion in Japan. Speaking about the mindset, our focus is on developing knowledge, skill, and attitude. Along with the right tool set and appropriate skill set, it is necessary to build an agile mindset in our learners. We do this through continuous comprehensive evaluation, wherein we ensure that the students' progress is there on their learning path. The skill set acquired develops confidence in the abilities and provokes them to keep learning and keep achieving in life. Well, there are many professional bodies like the Student Club, CSI, IEEE, and many other clubs wherein students can organize and engage their technical activities. Here are some glimpses of technical co-curricular activities wherein you can see students building drones and robots. Well, after striving so hard to build technical capabilities, okay. Well, after striving so hard to build technical capabilities, students need to have some fun as well. So here we have for you to offer the Friday Pathshala, wherein you can have a good dose of the Friday Pathshala, wherein you can participate with fun activities and extracurricular talents that you have. So fun ka acha dose pure saal bhar. Showcase your learn classical talents. Shake a leg with celebrity like Priyanka Chopra and Ranveer Singh. You can also play air hockey, pool, PS5, and jam in the karaoke room in the popular Hangout Recreation Center. Well, this brings us to the outcome of an educational experience at Vidyalangar. The transformation from being an aspirant to evolving into competent professional is indeed a rewarding one. Well, our students have won accolades at the national level by bagging Smart India Hackathon Award and Tantra Vihar Intercollegiate Program and Project Competition. Outcomes have been seen through the lens of placement, higher education, and entrepreneurship. VIT students are recruited by major organizations such as Google, TCS, GE, Capgemini. All those who opt for placement get all the possible training and support to get well placed. Well, here's a look to all our alumni who are working in top companies. Here's a look of our star alumni who are making waves in India and abroad too. While some pursue their higher studies and go to IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, IIM, Johns Hopkins, and Stanford universities, and those who wish to set up their own startup get all the support they require under Mission Unicorn. Currently, there are 23 projects that are in incubation, backed up by a strong team of international venture capitalists, and 7 are functioning all fledged with a full fledged startup. Well, with an overview of VIT, I bid adieu and wish you all a spectacular engineering journey ahead. I and my colleagues hope to see you soon in our VIT classrooms. Best wishes to each one of you. You can scan the QR code displayed on the screen to access the admission inquiry form. Over to you, Dr. Lena.
Thank you, Aarti ma'am, for sharing information about VIT and also touching upon the other engineering related aspects. Now I invite Ms. Pratibha Shetty to brief you all about engineering admissions. Pratibha Shetty is an experienced admission counselor at Vidyalankar with a strong background in education sector. She plays a key role in guiding students as a part of Vidyalankar group of educational institutes. She has dedicated over 26 years to advancing educational and initiative and institutional excellence. Over to you, Pratibha ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I hope the screen is visible and I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah. So we had a wonderful session. So I'll quickly go through the admission process. How do you opt for different engineering colleges through this CAP process? Okay. Here we'll brief you about how to get the best college based on your CET percent. Yeah. Okay. We'll have a complete overview about the entire admission process, the CAP process, in which you apply to different colleges in Maharashtra. Okay, your admission will be based on your CET percentile or JEE main percentile. But to be eligible for this process, the basic eligibility criteria which a student needs to fulfill is for an open category students, his standard 12 PCM marks should be equal or more than 45%. And for a reserve category student, it should be equal to or more than 40%. Okay, so a student needs to minimum have this basic eligibility and then participate in this process. In this process, there are two types of processes actually. One is a CAP process and second process through which a student can opt for admission is known as institute level process. Okay, in this CAP process, okay, there are different type of seats that you will be applying for. Through this CAP process, you will be applying for Maharashtra state seats, which is commonly known as MS seats, minority seats, all India seats. And in the institute level processes, you will be applying through institute level seats. Now let us understand which type of colleges have these type of seats. Okay, MS seats will be available in all colleges, government and private colleges. As the name itself suggests, minority seats will be available only in minority colleges. All India seats will be available only in private colleges. So none of the government colleges will have all India seats. And it's the same case for institute level seats also. Private colleges mein hi hota hai institute level of seats. Okay. Now to be eligible or to apply for this type of seats, for MS seats and minority seats, your CET percentile will be considered. AI seats admissions will take place based on your JEE main all India rank. And for institute level seats, your CET percentile will be considered. So in this CAP process, you need to fill one single application for any colleges you want to apply for. Institute level process this year is supposed to be online. We do not have such information currently how this process will go out. But once the information brochure will be available, things will be much clearer. Okay, so even institute level process will be an online process from this year. Okay, you need to apply to different colleges with a combination of college and branch option, which is known as options. So you need to mention minimum 1 and maximum 300 options in this given rounds. The outcome of such rounds will be only one colleges will be allotted to you per round. There will be 4 rounds from this year. So that is a major change that has been taken place in this time admission process. Okay, so how this process is divided? This process is divided in 2 parts. One is a major process where you need to apply for this process. Okay, so application is mandatory for all the students. The process has started from today. In this process, on the given website, fe2025.mahacet.org, you need to start with your registration process where you mention all your details. You need to apply, scan and upload all your original documents like your 10th standard mark sheet, your 12th standard mark sheet, your CET scorecard, your JEE main scorecard, and relevant documents based on your candidature. Okay, the date frame which has given is from 28 June to 8 July that you need to apply for. Once you've uploaded these documents, you need to verify it. There are two ways in which you can verify. Either you can go for an online mode, or you need to go for an offline mode. You need to visit the scrutiny center and with your original documents, and you need to get it verified from those documents. Okay, the date mentioned for it is from 30th July to 9th July. Once this process gets over, a provisional merit list or merit rank will be displayed on 12th July. Okay, so every candidate will get different type of merit rank. Based on your CET percentile, you will get a state merit rank number. Based on your JEE main percentile, you will get an all India merit rank number. A girl child will get a ladies merit rank number. Based on your minority or any other substitute, you will get a different types of merit rank number. You need to check all the details which are mentioned there, and if you feel it correct, then you need to go ahead with it. In case if there is any discrepancy, you need to go and report it to the institute and inform them about the changes that is required. After that, a final merit rank will be displayed on 17 July, after which no changes will take place. Okay, so ये part 1 हो गया. This is part 1 of the process which will take place, which will go up to 17 July. Then the second part will start, in which you need to apply for you need to fill the option forms and the rounds will start. Before every round starts, a seat matrix will be displayed. A seat matrix is where, there will be listed the number of colleges, the number of branches, the number of seats that are available based on your candidature. Before second, third, and fourth round, vacancy list will be put up. So you need to carefully, see all those options which are available. You need to fill the option form where for every round you can fill minimum 1 to maximum 300 options. Okay, and then the rounds will take place. How these rounds will take place, I'll explain you. Someone has just raised hand. I hope it is clear, right?
Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
Yeah. Okay. So the number of seats and the universities through this CAP process in Maharashtra itself, we have 16 universities, 4 in Mumbai region itself. Number of seats, ample number of seats. So the number of seats are 1,57,000 approximately in Maharashtra, and in Mumbai region itself, we have 32,421 seats, which you will be applying through CAP. You need to understand the different type of colleges that you want to apply for. The colleges are broadly, distinguished in 2 type of colleges. One is government college and one is private college. Government colleges are also bifurcated in 2 types. One is pure government college, and then we have government aided college. In Mumbai region, we don't have any pure government college, but Government College of Engineering, Ratnagiri could be an example of such type of a college. In Mumbai region, we have 2 major colleges, government college, which is VJTI, and SPCE, Sardar Patel College of Engineering, which are government college. Now, to apply for this, the applications for these colleges will be purely on CAP process. So there is no institute level seats that are available, no minority seats that are available, no AI seats that are available in these type of colleges, the government colleges. 100% of the seats are Maharashtra state seats. Okay, there is only one exception to this type of colleges, that's it, ICT college, which is located in Matunga. Only in that college, 30% of the seats will be allotted through All India seats. The other type of colleges which are non-minority and minority. As the name itself suggests, minority college will have, reservation based on that minority which is allotted to the college. The other type of college are non-minority. The examples could be Sardar Patel Institute of Technology, our own college, Vidyalankar Institute of Technology. To apply for such type of colleges, 80% of the seats will be filled to CAP and 20% of the seats are reserved through institute level seats. Okay, now you need to understand what is the option. As I've told you earlier, option is nothing but a combination of college and branch. It is a 9-digit code. So how do you read an option? Okay, the first digit which is mentioned in the option is the region which you're applying for. So if the option starts with 3, it will always be a Mumbai region college. If the option starts with 6, it could be a Pune region. Okay, the next 3 digit will indicate the college that you applied for. So the 3139, that means you're applying for Mumbai region Vidyalankar Institute of Technology. The next 3 digit will indicate the branch that you're applying for. So 245 will always stand for computer engineer. The second last digit in the option will indicate the shift that you applied. Yes, prior there were colleges which used to work in shifts. So there were first shift, second shift, but abhi sare colleges works in only one shift. So it will be always one. The last digit will indicate the nature of seat. So if you mention 0, it will be a general seat. If you mention 1T, that means you're applying for tuition fee waiver seat. Now, what is a tuition fee waiver seat? So any candidate whose parental income, mother and father's income is less than 8 lakh rupees annually, he can apply for such kind of seats where the tuition fees for that student, if he's applied to that college, will be waived. Needless to say, he has to upload all those relevant documents while the registration process takes place. Okay, so a combination of such digits will form one option. Any changes you make in this will result into a different option. So ऐसा एक नहीं, आपको 300 options you can fill through this CAP process. Okay, you need not by heart this code. It will be available in the drop down option, but be very careful because when you fill up the option form, only the codes will be displayed. So make sure that you have put the right choice of college and right choice of branch while applying for this CAP process. Clear? Now, once you've understood the options, okay, what are options? You need to make a list of branches of your interest, the college of your interest. So when engineering was started, it was actually different type of branches, the core branches which were available like electrical, mechanical, chemical, civil, textile. Over the period, there were different offshoots like computer engineering, IT engineering, electronics and telecommunication, electronics and computer science, biomedical instrumentation. In mechanical, if you see, it is automobile, production, marine, aerospace. Chemical itself has biotechnology, pharma, food, polymer, civil and textile amongst the core branches which are available. Okay, we here wanted to specify that don't only stick to one college of your interest. Have a combination of different branches in the same subgroups before making a choice of branches that you want to apply for. Once you have decided on the branch of your interest, you need to prepare a list of acceptable colleges during this process. Now, how do you rate a college or how do you decide which are the acceptable colleges? There are different parameters in which you can check these colleges. Now, there will be definitely the teaching quality that you need to look up, okay, of the results of the colleges that speak more. The fee structure which ranges from 80,000 to 1,80,000, okay. Let me point out to you that the college cannot abruptly charge any fees. Okay, it is being regulated by FRA. Okay, so in case if a college is charging high amount of fees, that kind of resources are made available for the students, and that's why a college can charge that. Distance play an important role while deciding a college. Engineering itself is a demanding course. So in case if a student spends a lot of time in traveling, he will have less time for study. So that also point you need to consider. Placements play an important role. Visit the college of your interest. Go visit the college, see the lab, see the classroom, see the facilities which are available, and speak to the seniors. There's the students who are there in the college who will be the right person to give you the feedback of those colleges. Based on this, you need to prepare a college course combination. Okay, you need to weigh your college branch combination and prepare your option form. Okay, now how do you need to fill your option form? There are different ways in which you can fill your option form. You can either fill it college-wise. So for example, if you're interested in a type of college, you list down the college and list down the branches of that college, or you prepare branch-wise. So if you want to go by a branch, you can list down your branch and the name of colleges which you are interested in. Our recommendation will be prepare the option based on the merit. Okay, like for example, if you're interested in A college computer, but rather than going to A college computer, I prefer B college computer. So that is how you need to fill your option forms, and you need to weigh your options and prepare the list. So this list has to be prepared beforehand. ऐसा नहीं है कि CAP process कल से start हो रहा है, you need to fill the option form and today you sit and do those. Okay, you need to keep your option forms much ahead so that you avoid any kind of problems at a later stage. How you need to prepare your option? Your option form should have 3 type of options that has to be mentioned and in the same sequence. The first set of options should be always your dream options. What could be your dream option? Getting into VJT or computers. Okay, even if you feel that your percentile is not that adequate to get admission into those type of colleges, but there is no harm in applying to that type of colleges. You can always mention 300 options likhne hain. So you can always have a set of dream options mentioned at the top. After that, you can always have optimistic option. Now, what is optimistic? जहाँ पे 50-50% chances है मिलने के. Okay, so write those options below that, and at the end of the option, you need to mention your realistic option. जहाँ पे sure shot आपका admission होने वाला है. So it has to be a combination of 3 type of options that you need to fill in your option form and at the same set of sequence. So it has to be dream up, then optimistic, and then your realistic option. Clear? Now how this rounds takes place. This rounds will take exactly on the base of merit. It is known as inter se merit. Merit के base पे ही होगा. So जिसका rank 1 है, first उसका form देखा जाएगा, then second, then third, and likewise. Even in that case, when the system goes up, the options which are mentioned, it will also search sequential. So this entire process goes back, and I'm just giving you an illustration that so that you can understand how this process is. So suppose if a candidate has mentioned all his options here, okay, when his form is being checked by the system, it will check for all the options which you has mentioned by the student, but in the sequential manner only. It will not randomly check. The system will not check कि अरे चलो 99 का option अच्छा है तो पहले वो देखते हैं, then 6th option. No. It will go sequentially, like it will search for the first, then second, then third, then fourth, and likewise. This is how the options will be searched. So in the given example, suppose if the first option is checked, okay, it will check for all the category, all the rank of the student. Based on that, it will check whether that seat could be made available on the CET percentile or JEE percentile, or if a student belongs to any minority. Everything it will check, and it will give you an indication whether that seat could be made available or not. Likewise, it will check for all the options mentioned by the student. Here, in this example, it will check for the first option. Based on his percentile, that seat could not be made available. Then it will go to second on, third, fourth. Likewise, अगर उसके percentile के basis पे the fourth option is made available to the student, the search ends there. Okay. On the specified date, it will be showing you that the allotment for the college has been mentioned, the option which has been mentioned by the student, and what type of seat has been given to the student, whether it is through his CET percentile or whether it is through his JEE percentile, it will be mentioned. Okay. Point to be noted here is once the fourth option is allotted to the students, the below mentioned colleges are not even searched. Okay. The search ends there, and only that college will be allotted to you. And that is why we always recommend you all to write your dream options first, then your optimistic options, and then realistic. In this given example, suppose आपने realistic options ऊपर लिखे रहेंगे, in that search starts, realistic options will be allotted to you. It will not even search below whether even if those options like optimistic or realistic or the dream options could be made available to you. Okay, so this is how the process takes place. Now there will be 4 rounds that we have been declared this year. Okay, that is a big change. Last year there were 3 rounds. This year there will be 4 rounds in which you will be filling Maharashtra state seats, minority seats, and all India seats. Okay, you need to fill option form where you will be writing minimum 1 and maximum 300 options. Before every round takes place, you have a authority to edit the form completely. You can edit the form. ऐसा नहीं है कि पहले round के लिए जो form पड़ा है वो last तक continue होगा. You can completely edit the form. Okay. Once the round starts, you have filled the option form, one provisional allotment will be given to you. Okay. Based on the allotment, you need to decide what you need to do with the seat. A college will be allotted to you. You need to pay 1,000 rupees and secure that seat. Means you claim your seat and then go for further rounds. Then you decide what you need to do, whether it is freeze or betterment. Then you decide what is freeze, what is betterment. I'll explain you in the further slides. But once you opted, once you're secure, then you participate in the further rounds. Round 4 will be the last round. Once allotment is done after round 4, you need to go to the respective college where you have been allotted, go pay the fees, and your first year of engineering starts. Clear? Now let us understand what is freeze and betterment. Okay. Just for illustration, we have given you a combination of college branch which your student has opted for you all to understand what is these options which have been mentioned. So student has listed number of colleges like VGTI Computers, College of Engineering Pune Computers. So when the search starts, it will search sequentially. It will search for the first option, then second, third option, fourth, likewise. It will search for all the options which are mentioned. Allotment, suppose ये बच्चे का हुआ VJT Electronics, okay, this college is opted for him and it will indicate that this college has been allotted to the student. Below that, below that, whichever colleges are mentioned by the students will not even be searched. Now, once this college has been allotted to the student needs to pay 1,000 rupees and secure that seat. If you do not pay 1,000 rupees, that seat will not be secured by you. That seat will be cancelled. Okay, so you need to pay compulsory 1,000 rupees to secure that seat. Okay, once you have secured that seat, then you decide what you need to do with that seat. Okay, whether you feel that no, this is the best choice which I could get. I don't want to check if there is any other options that could be made available. Then you select the option which is known as freeze. Once you say it is freeze, you are allotted that specific college and you are out of all consequent routes. Okay. If you feel that, nay, I have got one college, let me secure that, but let me check for if I can get better, options in the subsequent rounds, then you choose an option which is known as betterment. Okay. Once you choose betterment, then the above colleges which are available, you can apply for those colleges in subsequent rounds. Now you need to be very careful when you select betterment, because suppose in this case, VJT Electronics is available to you. Suppose in the second round, you get College of Engineering, Pune Computers, okay? The system will automatically allot that college to you. You cannot go back, or they will not ask you whether there's no choice for you to select whether you want to go for computer engineering, in College of Engineering, Pune or VJT. There is no choice. Automatically, the college will be allotted. So you need to make sure before filling up this option or before participating for the subsequent round that whatever options you have mentioned above should be better than what you have. Okay, you can completely edit the form before the next round starts. Okay, you can add on more options or you can remove the options which you feel you can do that. Okay, so this is what is freeze and this is what is better. To understand these rounds better, let us understand the rounds in the flowchart manner, which will make things more clearer to you. Okay, round one, either you get an allotment or you do not get an allotment. If you do not get an allotment, automatically you are eligible for the second round. Now, if you get an allotment, the first option which you have mentioned in round one will be auto freeze. So you have to take that. Second option onwards, if you get any college, you have an option whether you go for freeze or you go for betterment. If you again say freeze there, you are out of all subsequent rounds. If you say not freeze, that is betterment, you go for second round. Clear? So this is how round one will take place. Round two also is very similar to round one, but in round two, if you get first three options में से कोई भी college लगता है, तो it will be auto freeze. Same is the case. There will be a possibility that a student might not get allotment even in the second round. Then he is eligible for the third round. First three options, any first three options he gets, it will be auto freeze. Okay. Fourth option onwards, जो भी लगेगा, he has an option to either freeze it or go for betterment. Freeze किया, he's out of round. Not freeze किया, betterment के लिए गया, he can apply for round 3. Round 3 में the first 6 options which are mentioned will get auto freeze. Okay, तो student को अगर first 6 option में से कोई भी college लगेगा, it will be automatically freeze. 7th option onwards, अगर उसको लगा, तो either he has options to either go for freeze or again for betterment. Clear? Here also there could be a possibility that even in the second, third round, the student doesn't get any allotment. If he doesn't get even allotment, even after third round, he is eligible for the fourth round. And students who have gone for betterment, they also automatically participate for round 4. Clear? Now round 4 will be the last round. Okay. If he gets an allotment here, the fourth round, okay, he still has an option to either select the college or reject it. Okay. Compulsory नहीं है कि round 4 में आपको कोई allotment लगा, then you have to stick to that college. Here also, you can cancel or you can reject the seat. What you get, what you lose is only the 1,000 rupees which you have paid. Okay. In case if you have rejected the seat, what you need to do is you need to visit the institute level. I mean, you need to apply through institute and check if there is any vacancies and then apply to those colleges. Okay. If a student does not get allotment even after fourth round, the only choice left with the student is to go to any respective college and check if there is any vacancies and check for the allotments. So this is how the rounds will take place. Once you've accepted, you need to pay, you need to go to the allotted center, institute and pay your fees there and submit your original documents. उसके पहले आपको कहीं पे भी आपके ओरिजिनल डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट करने नहीं. Clear? So this is how the rounds will take place. In case if you have any questions regarding this, we are happy to help you or we are happy to solve you. You can just raise your questions or mention in the chat and we can take your queries. I hope, things are much clearer. The process is much clearer to you now.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I had a doubt in betterment option. If suppose I
Yes.
get serial number 7 option and I choose for betterment. So if in the next round I do not get any of the upper options, so will my seventh option be retained or it will be
Yes,
cancelled?
it will be retained. Since you have paid that 1,000 rupees securement fees, that seat will be reserved for you.
And ma'am, can you also explain e-scrutiny, what precautions we have to take and what is it all about?
So scrutiny centers will be set up, just to verify the documents. Second thing, it will also help you in case if you do not have a scanner at home and you need to upload the documents, you can visit the scrutiny centers. You get the entire process done and they will just verify the documents. So that will what will take place in the scrutiny center. It is verification of the documents which you have uploaded. So you can go for an online option also, e-scrutiny, or you can visit the scrutiny center, which are usually the engineering colleges in your locality. Okay, you can select those and accordingly pick a call. But we will recommend obviously to go for a scrutiny center and get your documents verified. Yes,
those who wish to ask questions can raise their hand. Our system team will unmute you. Yes, we are waiting. Ma'am, we have questions from
Pranay.
Harshit.
Hello, Pranay. Do you have any question?
People are putting in chat.
Okay, I'll just check the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. I have a
Good
query.
afternoon.
Previously, there were 3 rounds. That time you could cancel 2 admissions and you can take admission in a third round, right? Now there are now there are 4 rounds. Then will there be possibility that every time you get a college in one round, you can cancel that and go for the betterment, get another college in
There is
second
no cancelling of the round, ma'am. See, there
Means
was
you
never
opt for
cancelling of the
betterment.
round. Let me just explain you in a better manner. You are allotted a college, okay? Allotted a college, you secure that college and then you go for betterment. There is no cancelling. Cancelling means you are out of those rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, you go to subsequent rounds. So there is no point of cancelling any admission because if you see in the first round itself, maximum colleges or I would say all the seats will be available for the students. Okay, the subsequent rounds will be purely vacancy rounds. So there will be a limitations which will be available. So it will be always advised जो first round में जो भी college लगता है, secure that seat and go for betterment rather than cancelling the seat which you have got.
Ma'am, it means in every cap round I can go for betterment and opt for the second round.
Yes, you can.
Another one. It means if I get a one college in cap round, see, suppose I get Shahan Anchor in first round, cap round, I secured that, I went for betterment. In second round, I got something somewhere Vidyalankar. If third round, I get Swami Vivekananda. Then every time I can opt for betterment and go for the next one. If the third round I got with Swami Vivekananda, then I will get that college for that, do I have to cancel the first one or not?
No, it will be automatically cancelled. The previous college automatically gets cancelled.
Means all 3 rounds you can cancel them. Means you can go for betterment.
Yes. All
Okay. Okay. And I just
Yeah, but
wanted to
yes,
know my
yes.
daughter scored 95.17 in MSc and 88.8 in
And
JEE.
such questions na is very difficult. You need to check the cutoffs. Means there are a lot of queries which usually come from students कि मेरे बेटे को इतना percentile है, मेरे को ये college
No, I
मिलेगा.
just wanted to ask regarding Vidyalankar itself because Vidyalankar's cutoffs are almost around.
Yes,
So,
see, there are
it
various
is-
factors that affect the cutoffs. Okay, there are new seats which get introduced, new processes that have changed. Apply for the colleges, ma'am.
Okay.
Last year's cutoffs will give you a broader picture whether there are chances or not. But it is very difficult at this point of time for us to, commit or, comment on the fact that इस percentile पे admission होगा confirm कि नहीं, because lot of things affect the cutoffs. Okay, a wider picture you will get based on last year's cutoff ki what percentage chances are there. But I would suggest fill the option based on your preferences and just check on.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am. Good afternoon. Where we get that scrutiny center
The list
details?
of such scrutiny center will be uploaded on the said website fe2025.mahacity. But वो 30th के बाद start होगा. So maybe by tomorrow they will upload the list.
Okay, and second question is for VIT, that 20% is the institute seat. So when we'll get that information? That's also through merit, correct?
See, this year specifically, they have mentioned that for institute level seats also, you will have to apply through the process itself. Earlier, it was a decentralized process where you directly approach the college and all. But sir, as of now, no particular information or in that information brochure is not as available for us also to comment exact procedure kaise hoga. That is a change which we are aware that will take place. But how they need to apply to the college, how that process will take place, the clarity is not yet available with us. We have your numbers here. So we will be sending you SMSs or through WhatsApp, we'll be informing you how this change will take place, sir. How you need to
Okay.
apply.
And for that required, it's a separate registration, correct?
No. Registration you will do only till once.
Okay. That means
there will
cap
be a
round
separate
and
process. Yes.
okay, cap round and institute round also it's the same one registration only.
Registration is mandatory even if you want to apply through CAP process or through institute level. How the institute rounds will take place, we'll have to check and we'll inform you accordingly.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
If a person has gotten a good rank or a good score in JEE mains and not like very much good in MST CET, so which will be considered that in the cap round as if it is the home state quota applying. So
Wait,
like
sir.
in the cap process,
See,
what is going to be the criteria?
I'll tell you, in all private colleges, 80% of the seats are filled through CAP process. Even in that 80% seats, 85% seats are reserved through CET percentile and 15% seats are reserved through JEE main. So for that college का 15% seats के लिए ही आपका JEE main का scores consider किया जाए.
बट मैं जैसे होम स्टेट कोटा से बिलोंग करता हूँ, सो दे विल कंसिडर माय सीटी परसेंटाइल और द जेई परसेंटाइल.
There is nothing to do with home state and outside home university. Both your scores will be considered for that respective seats. So the best option will be selected. आपको वो टेंशन लेना नहीं है कि कौन सा परसेंटेज देखा जाएगा. You just concentrate on your college branch combination. The system will automatically check and the best option will be allotted to you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to announce one thing that due to time constraint, we will take only one question. Yes, and then we will stop here. Yes, and those who are interested can actually visit our campus. We have offline seminar next Saturday. People can come and ask all these questions. Okay, so one more question and then we'll stop.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I just wanted to ask, due to you said there are 4 rounds, we can try for betterment. So for waiting till 4 rounds, we can't lose our studies like regarding any course. Do mainly colleges get start after 2 rounds? So for betterment, do we have to sacrifice our studies?
No, colleges will not start before mid-August. So usually colleges start after third round. Um, there are other sort of preparations which also you can start with your studies also, because see, first year curriculum is same. Okay. There are other options also. You can start studies before that. But ऐसा नहीं होता कि lose होता है, because maximum, I mean, I think 90% of the students will go for betterment. So it should not be a case.
Okay, we can take 2 more. Those who are interested can go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. I want a clarity about the ladies round. The ladies round in this cap rounds, when once admission happens, in this rounds, how the number of lady seats is counted? Is it from the merit list, the total 30% is counted? Yeah, separately it is 30%.
No. For all the rounds, your state merit rank will be only considered. So every student will have a different, I mean, a unique state rank, merit rank number that will be considered.
Ma'am, my question is, there will be 30% seats, girls quota will be there in every
You will
college.
have a ladies merit rank also. A rank will be also specified there.
Yeah, in 120 seats, the overall merit seats are counted. All merit seats, how many girls have come, that also will be counted. Yeah, separately, there will be 30% seats. Suppose in the first merit list in Vidyalangar, 60 students are admitted for a particular branch of engineering. Then in that, there are 25 girls.
For example, one given set of seats, I mean, one intake, when you talk about it, is about approximately 60 seats. Okay. Yeah. In that 60 seats, there are a lot of divisions, man. Like in that 60 seats, 20% seats are reserved for institute. So 12 seats, you have 48 seats. Okay. Yeah. In that 48 seats, again, 50% bifurcation is for open category student, 50% is for, what do you say? Reserve category. So 48, 24 seats ही रह गए फिर. That 24 seats in any respective college, okay, out of that 60 ka intake, that 24 seats are reserved for girl candidates. Usme how many students have applied through that will be considered.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question and then we'll stop. Please go ahead.
Pranay?
I think we are done with the questions.
Just Mr. Pranay has any questions? He has raised his hand.
Pranay?
Ma'am, shall we wind up the session?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I think we have solved all
Yes,
the queries as well.
yes. So it's
Thank
a
you, ma'am.
time to thank each and every person making this session a success. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed panelist, Mr. Ayyappan, for his illuminating insights into ICT sector and his words of inspiration. Dr. Bipin Chandra Lokhande for his practical and regulatory perspectives from the healthcare and tech domain. Mr. Mehul Shankpal for his, opening new vistas of thought in the field of AI and ML. I would like to thank Ms. Pratibha Shetty for her clear and focused guidance on branch selection and academic opportunities. We are also deeply grateful to Dr. Sangeeta Joshi, our principal, for her ever encouraging words. Special thanks to Professor Aarti Koduri for showcasing the institutional vision and academic culture of VIT. Our heartfelt appreciation to Dr. Miki Barua for moderating the panel discussion with clarity and warmth. A big thank you to all faculty members, staff, and organizing team for working behind the scenes to make this session seamless and impactful. Thank you all the participants, especially our dear engineering aspirants and their families. Thank you for joining us from across different locations. It has indeed been very fruitful session for all the participants who have joined and have contributed equally, making it a success. And we hope to stay connected through such webinars and offline sessions. On this note, VIT has organized another informative seminar on 5th July in the offline mode at Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, Vadala. All are cordially invited for this session. I would request you all to fill in the feedback form by the end of this session. The link has already been shared in the chat box. Thank you once again, and we hope that we could make the best of your time. Till then, stay connected.